Alright, greetings again from Scott Kurtz, and this will be the final video, my third video, and this short video is going to be more about, now that you've seen the benefits of using Socrative, how to actually create, where do you go to get more information. Technology is always changing, they're upgrading, adding, maybe I didn't clearly explain something, where do you go to get more? There's online videos, and I had linked one here. So if you went to YouTube, typed in Socrative, or if you wanted to just access this one, you'd see that there's online how-tos. And this one goes through a lot of the similar things I went through with navigational clicks. You can see the screen actually looks different. So they've updated recently. It had a different look in the one I showed you on their website. So there's online videos. And then there's also, Socrative has its own user guide as well. And this is what I found to be the most beneficial to me. It's a bit lengthy, but it's very detailed, it's very visual, and it goes through all the processes for you. So every screen is covered. They got these nice, beautiful little arrows here to kind of guide you and let you know exactly what everything is. If you get to a screen and you're stuck and you're not sure, what do I do here, what do I do there, you've got the Socrative user guide.pdf. Right. It can be accessed online. It's free. I didn't have to pay anything to get it. It goes over the student code, the teacher access, what the students see, what the teachers see. It goes through the dashboard. It explains every concept, every choice. Alright. And it continues on. It goes over what each menu item allows you to do. It explains what every screen, when you see it, what it looks like. Here's one of the ones with visuals. I didn't show you one with a visual. There's a visual in there. Alright, so the user guide is extremely helpful for whatever your needs might be. Alright, this is where you would add Common Core tags, which I mentioned. Alright, enter your choices, different types of questions, how to get rid of a question. Didn't mention it before, but always save your work as you're going. If you're building a lengthier quiz, you're going to want to save. I usually save every 3 or 4 questions. Right. Adding images. And it covers everything you can think of. It's all here. Didn't mention this before because I was working from a desktop, but this program would also work through phones. At the middle school level, my school doesn't allow cell phones in the classroom, so that's not really an option for me, but I know a lot of high schools and colleges are moving more towards one device. What that device is kind of at a school's discretion, but it also works with phones. Another nice feature. I know our math teachers would appreciate this if this was a larger assessment, the ability to randomize the question order. Nice thing for you as a teacher is it puts it all back into the same order when it's time to grade it. So when you see your charts, everything's back in the same order, but at their stations, they're going to see the questions in randomized order. Just more options. This is a toolbar that goes down the left-hand side for the students when they're navigating. So if they were to flag a question and want to go back, they can simply just, instead of previous next, they could go back. I want to go back to number 1. I want to go back to number 7. They have that option. And since I only did one student on my screen, this gives you a better sense of what, when you have multiple students involved, how it appears. These are questions you submitted the answer as the teacher. This would be your short answer, needs to be checked by the teacher later. How many students are still working, gives you all that information. Progress, alphabetized. All right. At teacher pace, And this is also a really nice feature. Sometimes when it appears on a screen, depending on the size of the screen, the image might be very small. So if this was like, let's say, a map, and there were resources on the map, and the students had to see which resources were located closest to a specific region, at this size, it's going to be very difficult for the students. You have the zoom tool, which will enlarge the picture almost the entire size of the screen. So that is a real nice feature for them. And then they just click it again and it goes back to this view. Teacher paste. Teacher would monitor how many students are participating have answered. You would then click the how did we do. You'd see 2 students selected D, 1 student selected E. Quiz doesn't move forward until the teacher selects the button. Quick question. Very quickly, just select what type of question, put it in there, put your choices in. If it's a survey, if you like pepperoni, select A. If you like sausage, select B. You don't even have to put anything on the screen. It could just be the fact that they have the program opened and they select according to what the teacher says. It's anonymous. It has 100% participation. Keeps everybody involved, everybody moving forward with you. True, false, and short answer, which we've seen. This is more of the survey again. Space Race, which I did not show you, works the same exact way. You collect. Another nice feature is it allows you to use them. You can put all the students' name in, and it can be auto-assigned. You can decide how many teams you want. And when you do auto-assign, sometimes the students don't even know what team they're on. You might have 2 kids on a complete opposite side of the room not knowing they're both on the same team. They'll know they're on Team Blue or Team Lime or Team Violet, but they won't know who else is working with them. So there's nobody getting mad at anybody else. And this will do that for you. It'll automatically assign those without them even knowing. It's a little less of the competition element if there's some kids that get fired up. I know I've had some students in the past, as part of their IEP, they weren't allowed to participate in review games because they got too emotionally invested and they couldn't handle it. This might be something that they might be able to handle a little bit better than the whole everyone knows the score at the same time kind of deal. And they know who's responsible. Your exit tickets, we looked at in the first video. It has this built-in template for you for questions 1 and question 2. And then for question 3 and beyond, you can add as many questions as you would want to. If this was just a quick exit ticket, you'd probably just do 1 question here. If this was a homework check, you might want to go as far as to do maybe 3 questions here, where it would be this one, and then 3 content-based questions, so 5 questions total. It seems to be a fair amount of homework for a middle school kid in social studies. And again, this is your reports. I struggled with it because there was only 1 student report, but this is where you would decide at the end of your day, what all do I need? Do I need to print out all my Excel sheets so that I can put everything in the grade book? Do I need to print out student copies for each student? Or do I just really want to know what do they know and what do they not know? What do I need to reteach tomorrow? And this is all done through selecting the appropriate data points that you want. And this is what it would look like. This whole class, individual student, and question type. So 6 of 7 students knew this question, so forth and so on. And that is your additional resources for Socrative. I hope you find it useful, and I hope you use it in the future. Thank you.